Say hello to the people, Phil.
Hello.
And welcome back to After the Hype. Our
spooky this time.
More spooky this time. Our review show for games we play on Hype. Have you ever played H.Y.E.P over at twitch.tv/2pennygames every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Have you ever played is a show me and Phil here do. I am Tavin, your host, by the way, in which one of us shows the other a video game they've never played. Usually. However,
this time we're talking about Metroid Dread. Great game.
However, it's October, and we thought we would do a fun little spooky game little break from our usual things. So we kicked off the month of October with Until Dawn. Phil,
we did play Until Dawn. Yes.
Have you ever played Until Dawn?
Oh, I had seen it, but I had never played it.
You had never played it? I also never played it, but I saw a walkthrough of it back when it came out.
Yes,
Speaking of coming out,
you're gay?
Oh my God, no, I'm not. But Until Dawn came out August 25th, 2015. As of January of 2016, it sold about 1.38 million copies, seen as a huge financial success.
I remember it was everywhere back in the day.
Yeah, Supermassive, was a relatively small studio, kind of out of nowhere.
Everybody was talking about it, yeah.
And they were heralded as doing like the Heavy Rain thing better than the Heavy Rain guys, because at the time Beyond Two Souls came out, and that one was kind of a flop. Yeah, I played that one. It wasn't. It was.
There, people that make Until Dawn, they're making like the Man of Medan or whatever.
They're doing the Man of Medan stuff now. Yeah. The Dark Pictures anthology, they call it. They just released another one this year that people liked more than Man of Medan, I think.
I hadn't heard anything about this. If there's
I'm not
anyone
hearing like phenomenal things from it. Until Dawn definitely seems to be like the crown jewel from Supermassive
the big one.
Metacritic of 79. And Phil.
Yeah.
I guess we'll go ahead and start with you. What did you think of Until Dawn?
It was fine. I mean, I had a good time with it. I definitely I said it a few times on stream, but I would not have had as much fun playing it if I was just playing by myself.
Fair. Yeah. I liked it. I actually liked it quite a bit. Wasn't like blown away by any means of the thing.
Yeah.
Until Dawn, one of the more of the like story-based adventure-esque games, lots of QTEs and stuff.
A lot of QTEs, a lot of like branching paths.
Yeah. A lot like your Telltale games of old.
Yeah.
Your Heavy Rain, if you've ever played that, or what was the one they just put out? Detroit Become Human.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Very much in that style of games, but with like a B horror movie, 80s horror movie like kind of tone.
It's got like the the teenagers are all alone.
Yeah. It's 100% let's split up to cover more ground like type things.
Scooby-Doo ass.
It's super tongue in cheek. It knows exactly what it is, but I think that's like that. Yeah, I think it leads very well to what the charm of the game is.
It's got like the will they or won't they couple.
Yeah,
it's got like the hot couple.
Yep.
It's got the final girl. It's
Yep.
got the guy who organized the event and has a secret ulterior motive.
Yeah, secret motives, twists, turns.
Yep.
Around every corner. Very exciting.
Intrigue along the way.
Intrigue along the way. But I gotta say, I guess I'll say like opening hours wasn't super into it. Like maybe the first 2 hours or whatever, I was like, this is fine. This isn't like anything crazy or anything. Once we hit like probably the halfway mark, all the way to the end, I was in. Like
took a little bit, but
it took a little bit. Maybe it was an adjusting to the level of quality with dialogue and the writing and stuff. Maybe it was just getting used to our characters. They're not exactly the most likable people at first.
I was gonna say in like a little character rundown I was doing like with all like the archetypes, we forgot to mention the bitch.
The bitch. Yeah. God
fucking
damn,
Emily.
Emily, fuck her, dude. How the fuck did she make it out?
She made it, dude.
We did not have the perfect ending, did we? Did we, Phil?
Not at all.
We lost a couple souls.
Just
along the
two.
way.
Oh no, sorry, three.
We lost three.
Yeah.
Right?
Because apparently Josh is able to be saved.
Is he?
Yeah.
How did we fuck that up?
Apparently, at one point when we're playing as Sam, towards the end, you have to find Hannah's journal.
Oh.
And if you don't find it, Josh dies.
Oh, that's a weird way to connect those two things together.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, interesting. All right, didn't know that. Okay,
I didn't know that either.
So yeah, we lost Josh.
We found the other sister's journal, but we didn't find Hannah's.
Hannah's journal, which probably would have like finalized the. I mean, like the game kind of spells it out for you at one point with the Hannah
becoming the Wendigo.
But yeah, I mean, I'll say like it really was a blast, and I think. I do agree with you. Being able to sit down and pass the controller back and forth between each other did
we basically just sat down. We just sat down, and every time a character changed, we swapped controllers.
Yeah. You know, with a few exceptions where it was like, "Hey, man, you've been playing for like 45 minutes.
Yeah,
Let me get my hands on the controller for a little while.
Let me give you an opportunity to play."
Yeah. But yeah, overall, I thoroughly enjoyed my time. I wouldn't say it's at all worth a revisit. I'm kind of in the mode of like, I had my adventure. That was the story that I got, and that was the results that I got from it. I'm not stressing about going back and seeing all the different like totems to get all the possible outcomes or whatever. And
it's all stuff that you can just look up online.
Yeah,
like, if you're really
I'll go back and watch a cutscene or something to see like the perfect.
We're not trying to plat this game.
Absolutely not. We did not do the motion controls because I fucking demanded absolutely not. Especially with you, which is hilarious is like you were like, "Oh man, we should do the motion control." I'm like, "Phil, you're gonna hate them.
I thought it would be funny.
You're gonna hate them."
We didn't end up doing it anyway.
Yeah, no, we didn't. Thank God for that, because it would have been a fucking pain.
It would have been funny, dude.
You would have hated it. You specifically would have been like, "This is fucking stupid motion." I'm like, "You turned it on, motherfucker. What were you expecting?" And then overall, like, I think the QTEs are mostly pretty forgiving. You got a good amount of time to do it. To do every single one. The only time where I'm like, fuck, this is tense and I'm scared is when they do that don't move.
Oh my god, yeah.
Shit. Holy
for sure.
And they got it.
I fucked it up at like the beginning when there was no risk.
Yeah. And there's definitely like,
oh, Phil's got shaky hands.
Yeah. There's definitely like the first like 3 hours of the game. There's no consequences to your actions.
Michael J. Fox over here.
Oh my god. Just got you're tripling down on that joke, huh?
Look, man. The man has a degenerative nerve disease.
He does.
Makes his hands shake.
It does, yeah. Anyways, and then at the end, of course, I end up, through the science of passing the controller back, I end up with the time where, like, to save everybody, you have to pass 4 or 5 of those checks.
I think it's 4, yeah.
Fuck, man. That shit was
in a row.
And I got all the way to the last one, and then I lost our favorite character, which is...
the best girl.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You lost her.
I'm still sorry.
I know.
I'm sorry, Phil.
You better be.
Rest in peace, Sam. I had to think about it because it's been over a week.
Hayden Panettiere, top billing.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to. I didn't mean to. It was bullshit. I was mad. Ugh.
Yeah, we lost. What was it? Jess.
We lost Jess,
Josh,
and Sam. There's no one else we lost.
No, we got everybody else.
Okay. Fucking Emily. And then fucking who's the black kid? No, not Michael.
No. Fuck, what was his name?
I can't remember. Well,
what was his name?
He like exits the plot, comes back real quick, and then leaves again, and you don't see how he makes it out.
You don't see how he makes it out. He does like a final like talk.
Yeah, to like just like, to confirm that he did make it out. But
what was his name?
Couldn't tell you, man.
It was Emily's boyfriend.
Dude.
Mike was like Jock, who I really liked towards the end.
Yeah, I was into him. Well, he put on that action hero persona, and I was
he went on such a journey. Like
yeah. It was such a side quest, and then when he revisits, when he gets back to the main plot, he's like, okay, fuck, all right, let's get to it.
Oh my god, he goes through some shit.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that guy's name?
I can't. Eric?
No. Because Chris was the funny guy,
quote unquote. Yeah.
And then he's with Sam. Oh, sorry, Ashley. Sam,
I did like Ashley.
Sam is final girl. Josh is Mike. Josh. I gotta look it up.
Yeah,
bro.
look it up.
He's like the least memorable character.
Yeah, I was not into him at all. Just could not care. And I love how the ones we dislike the most are the ones who made it to the end. Anyways, and then the game, I think it's 6-7 years old now, and I still think it looks pretty okay, especially from a team that I imagine didn't have the greatest budget. We did have lots of visual glitches, in our playthrough, which we're
Yeah, there was a weird moment where you were playing as this forgetful guy, and the whole sky turned green.
Yeah, the whole skybox went green, like bright neon green. It was very like something that was probably like outside of the skybox bled through or something broke.
Yeah.
Like the skybox just broke and went
Matt.
neon green. Matt. There it is.
Matt.
And then it was like often like if a character was holding an item, the item would like twitch and freak out and do like some weird
holding on a lantern and like flips all over the place like crazy.
Yeah. So like it was a lot of bugs and things
Just
like that, but
bugs,
nothing game breaking, nothing like there was unless except for maybe the motion control thing, like don't move thing that like fucked up because I didn't fucking move until Dawn. Fuck you. And, maybe that killed Sam.
That
I didn't
one
fucking move, Sam.
The first one that you failed was the hunter guy. I'm pretty sure, unless you failed another one before that.
That hunter guy dies anyway, doesn't he?
I know, but I think the reason that it fails is because it moves the controller up on purpose. Like it moves the sensor up on purpose to where
maybe, but that's not clear. Like it says don't move, so why would I counteract a movement that it does? Because I don't. Yeah, I just don't think any of that is clear enough because I don't think it's like a thing out of bounds thing. I think it's just like any movement that a controller detects.
No, I'm pretty sure it's an out of bounds thing. Like as long as you keep the blue inside that white area.
But then how does it track where the blue is? Like because then it would work off of the 6-axis in the controller and the light of the controller.
It is the 6-axis of the controller.
I know, I understand, but I'm saying instead of just using the gyros of any movement detected, it would have to figure out where the blue is and then like the blue to represent where the blue is, it would show up in different places on screen.
It moves on screen, like you can see it.
I think it's just a twitch that like it just gives a twitch to just add more tension to visual attention.
I don't know. I think it tracks it somehow. I don't exactly know. I don't know.
I think it's just literally any movement. It feels like if you just breathe in too heavily, it'll fail you in that movement check or whatever. But yeah, overall, good time. Would especially recommend playing with a friend. We sat down in one single playthrough, and if you're listening on podcast services or on the After the Hype breakout on youtube.com/2pennygamescast, you should be able to see the full playthrough now in two big old separate chunks over at youtube.com/2pennygamescast.
Yup.
Unlike the rest of the hype sessions that took place months ago,
forever ago.
I'm kind of fast tracking these Halloween ones up to be up
just
right
for
now.
the season.
Just for the season and just for funsies.
It's also a lot easier when you don't have to make any edits.
Yeah, and it's just especially with a game like Until Dawn where it's just one quick playthrough, and then we're doing Resident Evil 2 right now. There's not a lot of deaths or a lot of like time wasting in
I've
that.
only died twice.
Yeah, you've died twice so far, so it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Resi 2 will probably be like, all right, here's day 1, here's day 2.
Yeah.
Probably, and I'll just leave it in the 4-hour chunks that it's in. But anyways, so you can go catch the full playthrough of Until Dawn, see how all of that experience went for us. Phil.
So it's also crazy. Like I was looking up how long it usually takes people to beat that game.
Yeah.
We were like 2 hours under.
Yeah, because we did it in a hard like 6.5.
Yeah, it was like 6, maybe 6.5. I want to say it was closer to 6, maybe 6:15.
It was something like that. Yeah. Yeah, and I was
people
expecting.
People were clocking.
I was expecting
8 hours 15 minutes, something like that.
That's crazy. Maybe we just weren't looking around enough, or maybe like.
But we like got almost the perfect ending. We almost got it.
Yeah. Well, okay. So like, Josh was lost no matter what. Jess, we lost because you picked a moron choice.
Okay.
And then Sam was lost because the game glitched and moved me when I didn't.
It did not glitch. It was your fault. You did it.
I'm just fucking.
You can't throw Jess in my face and not accept.
Not
accept the fact that you killed Sam.
Jess was your fault. That was a fool's errand.
I'm just saying, but you can't. I accept that it was my fault.
Would have been fine.
Well, maybe the controller was my hands for Sam. Maybe it would have been fine too.
Maybe. But we'll never know, Phil.
We'll never know.
Because
we're never playing that game again.
But we do know, in my hands, Jess would have lived. Do know that.
We also know
in the
that
moment,
in my hands,
as soon
Sam.
as you click the button, I yelled out. I was like, no!
Well, as soon as I hit the button also, I same thing. The only reason I picked run is because every other opportunity against the Wendigo, I ran. And I worked out fine.
Bad choice.
Like Milk in Anchorman. Milk was a bad choice.
Anyways, Phil, should people play Until Dawn?
Let's watch it play through on YouTube.
You think?
Maybe the one on YouTube.
Is it not part of the PS Plus collection?
It is.
Okay, well, if you have PS Plus, go fucking
play it.
Go crazy, knock yourself out, right?
I guess.
All right.
I say just like watch. I think it's
there's no way
way more of a movie than a game.
Well, it is. By nature it is. But there's no way like the tense moments are nowhere near as tense if you're just watching a YouTube video.
Probably not.
Nah, like having the controller in your hands like builds to that. You know, people got to know the don't move segments and how terrible they are. I'm gonna give your health.
Until Dawn a 6.5 out of 10.
I'm going hard 7.
As a game.
I'm going hard 7. I think the overall package is solid enough. I think really the only disappointing part that I had was just how many visual glitches we were experiencing. But none of it was gameplay breaking. So, usually fixed itself with the exception of the green sky. Yeah. Usually fixed itself within a couple of seconds.
Pretty quick,
so.
yeah.
I'll go 7.
6.5.
Solid performances. Solid enough story. B horror movie plot charm. And enough twists and turns to keep you engaged all the way through. Yeah, it was a good time.
It's crazy how just after a couple years, Rami Malek would totally be top billed after all that.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, he went from like third or fourth on the list. Like that's the
guy from Mr. Robot.
That's the Mr. Robot guy, right? Like, huh? And then now he's like the Bond villain, and he's
Freddie Mercury.
Freddie Mercury. I wanted to say Freddie Prinze Jr.
Fred from the Scooby-Doo live-action movies.
Yeah, and now Rami Malek's like the superstar, and everybody else is like, I don't know, maybe you see them in TV or something.
Yeah.
So, anyways, Until Dawn, solid enough time, good enough game, and that has been your After the Hype for it. Again, you can go check out you can go check out the full playthrough on youtube.com/2pennygamescast. Go drop some quick views on that. Go check it out. Go see all the conversation. We had it was a good stream. It was a good stream. Good conversations all the way through. I had fun doing it. Just a blast.
For the Resident Evil or
for
Until Dawn? Oh yeah, Until Dawn.
People are in a vortex here, my man. They don't know about the Resident Evils.
We already talked about Resident Evil though.
Yeah, we just mentioned it. But we mentioned that. Never mind. Doesn't matter. Anyways, everybody, have a great rest of your day. And Phil,
yeah,
say goodbye to the people.
Okay, bye.